Okay, so I'm here to do another parole visit at the Department of Corrections, and I'm telling again, uh, I'm wearing earmuffs because somebody's been electrocuting my ears, my genitals, and my anus for the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and telling me to have sex with gay people and we'll stop electrocuting your genitals using implants. These implants can affect my thoughts, can affect my memory, can affect my voice, make it very difficult for me to speak. People in the community have been using terrorism, like the scary things you hear about on the news, to make me afraid to go outside, to make me afraid to go shopping, to live, afraid to live without having sex with gay people. And then police departments, police officers have been participating in stalking harassment, and paramedics have been driving their paramedic vehicles to wherever I am as shortly after I start telling. So as soon as I tell, or as soon as I say something on Twitter, on YouTube about implants, I see a paramedic drive past me. And they're telling, while that happens, these people talking to me, celebrities, people I grew up with, family members, talking to me. I know their voices, so it's not like I'm stupid, using implants to tell me that that's a death threat. So if you keep telling, these paramedics are going to keep driving past you, giving you a death threat, and the police officers are going to follow them to make you, to show you an example of somebody who's been shot. I think that's normal standards. When people have been shot, police officers follow behind that person, whatever nonsense. But the people also tell me now that is also a sign that the more you complain about implants, the more these paramedics are going to show you that they're going to take those implants out. They're going to pull up on you. They're going to be the ones to take the implant out of your body because you're complaining about it, or it's a death threat. So they're telling me right now, that's what they just said in my ears. They're listening and watching me this whole time, this whole month, this whole last month. They've been listening and watching everything that I do, and talking to me at the same time, and telling me horrible things, telling me to commit murder, telling me to commit rape, telling me to do something to go to jail or commit suicide, kill yourself, or have a police officer kill you, or one of these angry police officers, we're going to make up an excuse for him to kill you, say that he was having a bad day. That officer was having a very bad day, and he chose to kill you because you said go fuck yourself. But the reality is that officer was stalking me and harassing me to get me to say go fuck yourself. And that's the beginning. So they're going to ignore the history. They're going to ignore history and just say that the officer wasn't stalking you, wasn't harassing you, and he was just there. He was only there to do his job. But his job, coincidentally, happened to be exactly where I was. And his job, from my perspective, looks exactly like all the stalking and harassment behavior I've seen in the past and complained about. So to me, it's harassment and it's stalking. To somebody who doesn't know history, or doesn't know my history, or doesn't know the officers and the other officers involved, their history in my life, they'll look at it similarly to the media, or like to how you may look at it, like, oh, it's just a coincidence. But it's not a coincidence if you know history. If you look into the past, you can see this repetitive behavior. Whenever I'm trying to succeed or doing something productive in society, the police department shows up to remind me of crimes, that crimes could be committed, or I should commit crimes. But instead, I continue to tell, or I continue to be successful despite this, and I continue to say, go fuck yourself. And they just told me that's a good excuse for us to find an angry police officer that's willing to kill you, or is having a bad day, and make sure that angry cop is nearby you. Or we can use gangbang, or people who look like criminals. People at the Department of Corrections. The guys who walk outside this door. Those people, we can use one of those people to kill you. To have like a disagreement. To have like what do you call it? Well, one of those disagreements minor disagreements that leads to murder. Somebody just doesn't feel like being corrected. Somebody just doesn't feel like being wrong that day. So we can use one of those people to kill you. When you feel like your freedom of speech is important and you know you're right about the things you're saying, we can use one of these people walks outside this door to kill you. And that's why I feel like I'm threatened every time I come here. I see the same, menacing faces you see on the news walking outside the door. It's not like, and I know that's not normal. I know the normal behavior of these people is friendly. They're friendly and they're always trying to socialize with other people. But when they interact with me, or to give me the impression that everybody's dangerous or everybody's out to get me, they sincerely act when they walk out the door like they're up to no good. So I get the impression of the menacing people on the news, so I'm constantly scared. And they think that if I'm constantly scared, I'll make a decision like people who are in fear and agree to do whatever it is the person that's scaring them tells them to do, such as have sex with gay people or do exactly what we say and nothing bad will happen to you. So like a slave, like I don't have the right to freedom, to be free. And that's what these people using implants, the people around me, and the community, and everywhere else I go are doing. They're using implants to do it, and the people around me. So I'm gonna go check in and begin my parole visit. All right, so first thing you do is you come in here and you sign in. No longer in school. Yes. Police officer stalked and harassed me in hopes for an altercation. Again. All right. So here is this. I'm here. For a 9:30 appointment with Dan.
Yeah. Yep. You're all set.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. right. So, like I was saying, it's uh, I don't know. I'm losing. Well, my memory is fine, but I know with an implant you can stop someone from remembering something immediate or anything at all, but you can still speak. Uh, I'm I'm not implant smart. I don't research implants. I have the same computer for like the last 5 years. So anybody who wants to check to see if I've been Googling or researching what implants can do can check to see that, hey, I'm not finding out what implants can do on the internet. Someone is using them, and that is how I'm learning ways to hurt people and get away with it. Use implants. Use implants. And I'm going to keep telling. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to stop telling. I don't care if implants support gay culture. I'm going to keep telling. Use implants. Implants. So the implants were supposed to support gay culture. The gay culture of having sex with men. The more you have sex with men, the more your genitals, they'll grow your genitals. The bigger your genitals are, the more the women in the gay community will want to have sex with you. Uh, they also help you commit murder. You kill if somebody in the gay community chose to kill somebody, the implant, once they're in prison, gives them an ability to escape prison. So you got a cell phone inside your body. You got like a video, like they can project images into your eyes so that you can see. They can project images into your eyes so that you think you look. It's like you're outside of prison. So it's like everything you do, and everything you say is just like you're outside of prison. It's like it's like you're not in prison with implants. And that's how people are willing to commit crimes. That's how it happens. That's why there's no justice. It seems like justice is slow, or just no changes or developments are made in society because people are still willing to commit crimes. And the why they're willing is because they can go to prison and escape punishment. So it's like they're not even inside jail, not even incarcerated. Uh, and and uh, and that's how the gay community is propelling themselves across the country. It's like It's a military. It's a subculture military, or it's like a military tactic to. Uh, it's a military tactic to use to take over an area and hide the method, hide the motivation, hide the goal. This cultural goal to get people to have sex with the same sex is simply to encourage sex. It's simply to encourage sex. It's not for any greater purpose. It's not for any purpose other than what do you call that? How do you encourage sex? So that the people who don't deserve, or who wouldn't be chosen for sex, could have more sex. So they're hiding that diversity. The idea of propelling diversity throughout the country is their motive. But the truth is, there are people who want to have sex with people who normally wouldn't have sex with them. And the way you can satisfy their needs is with a lie on the surface, and beneath the surface, a force to make your lie become a reality. And the force beneath the surface is free will, the willingness of the gay community members with implants to scare people into doing whatever the lie on the surface is telling them to do or asking them to do. So I guess it's like somebody who's very smart developed an idea and a means to propel that idea, well, to make that idea come true. And they use people and implants. One of those implants is in me, and they're telling me in my ears that nothing I say makes sense, and they're trying to scare me using the guy in the corner, but I'm not scared. I'm gonna keep telling. Oh, and they told me the camera doesn't keep you safe, but that's not. Nothing in life could keep me safe. The truth of the reality is, telling is all well, any person on earth has. The only thing any person on earth has to protect themselves. So in life or death, the last, the most powerful tool you have is the ability to tell. So if you tell somebody what killed you, the people who are still here can have a better chance of helping you. If you tell someone in life what's killing you, the people here have a better chance of helping you. So if you're saying there's implants in your body and there are people communicating with you constantly or electrocuting your genitals, playing with your ears, playing with your anus, interfering with your memory, making it difficult for you to propel yourself forward or to move forward, uh, people will start to look. And Taylor Swift is harassing me. She's saying, she just repeated, in my left ear. And she just said, "You're still gay," in my left ear. But the way to propel yourself forward is the best way to propel yourself forward is to the best way to propel yourself forward is to oh, you need your mind. You need your mind, and you also need your body. Wait, you need your mind. So if someone's interfering with your memory, it's very difficult to move forward. If someone's interfering with your ability to think, it's very difficult to move forward. And they just told me in my ear, we're interfering with your memory because we want you to make a mistake. And when you make a mistake, we don't want you to be able to correct the mistake or to think about how to fix your mistake, such as committing rape, committing murder, stealing something. We want you to be incapable of planning. And that's what they've been doing for the last 5 years, preventing me from using my memory to make plans. So most of the things I do have been present decisions, not future thoughtful decisions. They've been present decisions. And what else is there? Oh, so yeah, you use implants to control someone's life. You use implants to stop somebody from being successful. You use implants to torture somebody beneath the surface of their body. You use implants to reward, to give people gifts from gravity. The gay community calls their implant gravity, but gravity, nature's gravity already gave us all the gifts we need in life. We don't need an implant to change our body parts. We don't need larger penises. We don't need our anuses played with. We don't need our memories erased. We don't need implants for the cause with the purpose the gay community has placed the implants in my body or the bodies of other people. These are rapists. They're rapists. They use implants. In the end, the grand purpose was to be able to have sex with whoever they chose to have sex with. I mean, they had no other real purpose. They're not making people stronger. They're not making people faster. The truth is, gravity makes us faster. Having sex and reproducing will not make your child stronger or faster. That's just a variation, a genetic variation that may or may not be faster or stronger than you. Hello. The truth is, gravity, increasing weight over a smaller area, increasing weight in a smaller area will always make you stronger. That's gravity, not an implant. So implants don't pull it off. They can't produce the force, the weight necessary to cause the biological changes that take place in from weightlifting. Well, controlled weightlifting. And that's grabbing. So they're lying to people to convince them to do what they say by telling them we have the best imagination to improve, to make your life as best, well, the best imagination in life is in the mind of somebody who's lived or is listening to, well, who's lived a long time. So like some 80-year-old dude who says he's watched and listened to thousands of different lives could tell you, a 20-year-old, what's best for your life, which is not true. There's going to be a few people who have their own imaginations and their free will that will guide them to a life that's better than what that 80-year-old man could imagine. So, but they don't care. These people with these implants are thinking about power. Well, that they're better than, they know better than everyone else, so they're not listening to anyone else's opinion. And no matter what I tell them, to stop talking to me, stop electrocuting my genitals, stop playing with my ears, all of these things that are important to you and me, they're not listening. Or I believe in freedom, free will, teaching people how to get stronger, humanity's purpose, being a better person, humanity's purpose, physics. All these important ideas are not important to them because sorry, I was just double checking, because they care about having sex with people above all else. So I'm still trying to tell.
How's school?
I graduated.
You did?
Yes.
Was that 2 weeks or 1 week?
I think it was, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think so. I think it took me from Tuesday, the day I started, until the next Saturday. Well, so.
I think it looks like you had said that you had started on the 28th of May.
Yes.
So look at the calendar. And then you must have just graduated then, like this week?
Yes, I graduated on Saturday
nice.
The past Saturday.
Oh, awesome. So what's the next steps then?
Oh, so I shortly after I graduated, I took there's another class you have to take. It was hazmat. I took the hazmat class.
Okay.
I passed that. I went to the DMV, passed their test. Then I went to get fingerprinted, and I got my hazmat and I got my tankers endorsements.
Awesome. I have another guy who got his hazmat, and he said that that's not necessarily required. Like
What?
that's extra, right?
What?
The hazmat certification, because he got his.
Oh
CDL.
yeah, it's not required. It's
just like an additional credential.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how was the experience at school?
It was not good. Well, it started good. It was cool. The guy touched my butt, and while I was standing in line, right, the first experience I had that was negative was the dude standing behind me used his folder to swipe my butt. I'm sure I'm the only guy in that line who had his butt touched at all by anything. I posted him on YouTube. I think they wanted me to get mad, so I kept encountering harassment. Like, so it's harassment that some people get mad about. Some people I grew up with used to show me like these slight harassments. You're supposed to get aggressive. You're supposed to get loud and aggressive and confront these people. And I think they wanted me to get kicked out throughout the time I was there. My instructor kept touching me. He grabbed my wrist, squeezed my wrist, walked up to me, squeezed my wrist, grabbed it, and then threw my wrist on, like, walked up to me, grabbed my wrist, squeezed my wrist, and then walked away. He grabbed my forearm, squeezed my forearm. He then told me getting my CDLB made me a bitch. Like, only bitches only bitches get their CDLBs.
What's a CDLB? What's the difference?
It's the size of the truck, the size and the weight.
Okay.
So the weight of the trucks determine what class they're in.
Okay.
So class A's are heavier, bigger, have in a combination tractor and trailer. I chose a smaller truck.
Oh, sure.
Because I'm used to it, and I think it's a better choice.
Okay.
He also was saying like he pushed his stomach up against my right arm while he when he treated us to breakfast, and he kept like hugging me. He's basically showing me like inappropriate behavior and touching. So I think those things I don't like. I've said it all over the internet, YouTube, Twitter. I don't like being touched.
Yes.
And this person chose to take advantage that I needed to. Well, I didn't need to, but that I wanted to graduate from school. As how badly do you want to graduate from this truck school? Are you willing to let us do these things? Are you going to complain and then eventually we're going to ask that you that a complaint that leads to us saying, well, you can stay here or leave, or
like that's the condition of you graduating.
Yes,
you have to tolerate that.
I have to accept the touching, or the referencing, or the reader thought making you think that what you're doing makes you a girl, or like the questioning your sexual orientation or your gender identity questions. And I think they're smart. I think people who are in the gay community think they're really smart, and they can hide harassment or sexual harassment with like a history of making fun, like of somebody's calling somebody, hey man, you look like a girl, or I forgot how the jokes go, but there are jokes people tell that really make fun of someone's sexual identity or sexual or gender. I can't remember them for the life of me, but I know that for years I've been around people making jokes about someone's sexual orientation or sexual. But I'm 33. That dude was 50 years old.
The instructor?
The kids in the back, they were in their 30s, 20s. We don't make those jokes anymore.
Right.
We are...
And he was making jokes like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like he said CDLBs for bitches.
Yeah. So this dude was he was doing things inappropriate, and we're adults. So he was doing it on purpose. He was, in fact, the conversation would have never even gone near gender identity insults or sexual harassment. He has a house. He's telling me he has a house. He has a wife. He has kids. They're all grown. All these things that you would never backtrack to your teenage years and start telling jokes like you were a teenager.
Right. And that's completely unprofessional.
Yeah.
Anyway, what happened when he touched you? Did you call him out?
No, someone asked me a question. They used implants to say, why did you let that man touch you? And they also told me that allowing another man to touch you is a sign of emasculation. So that's why he squeezed your arm. He was trying to test your manhood. And I did nothing. I was going to tell on him. I knew that he was looking for an altercation, like aggression, anger, violence, something that is threatening. And those are probably things that would get you kicked out of school. So if you say, stop touching me, or something aggressive, the instructor could say, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared the man, and then he could backtrack and lie. If I said that loud enough, he could say, he was doing that before 2 days ago. He was being aggressive. And 2 days ago, I was never aggressive. I never said anything to him. Or I would say that, but he could lie and backtrack and say that, yes, you tell a lie. And then with the reality of today, the present, you can make people think that did happen in the past too, because I see it happen just now, even though it never happened in the past.
Well, he could say anything to get you kicked out.
Right. He could tell a million lies. Yeah. So I decided to tell on him. That's usually what my recourse are in situations like that. All I can do is tell. So then I thought about it. I started talking to these people with implants, and they're harassing me further, saying, you allowed that man to touch you. That means you ain't shit. You don't have a voice. You don't stand up for yourself. How can you protect a woman? You can't feel like a man. And so I was learning from them that I guess they believe being touched either sexually or physically takes your manhood from you.
Okay.
And so I asked them, then how can you protect yourself from ever being touched, or from any man walking up to you and grabbing your shoulder and squeezing it before that man does it?
Right.
And they told me that they didn't have an answer. They said, you have to establish dominance before. You have to present yourself in a way that nobody would ever touch you before they ever touch you. And I told you,
what would that look like?
I have no idea. And I told them that's impossible. There is no way to control the actions of the people around you. What you have to do is be prepared to do something afterwards, because free will is everywhere and there's no way to control other people. And I told them, your recourse is to tell on that person. Your recourse is to report that person to somebody, to the public, to your family, to your friends, somebody who would then go to that person to say, stop touching the students. There's no excuse for it. So I didn't want to tell the people he worked for because they hired him. So why would they, what good would that do? So I decided I'm telling the public essentially about this person. And if they ever encounter him, they'll know that somebody, and possibly it gets back into the world where people who are involved with him are aware of him.
So it's documented, and then somebody can look and say, "Oh, I'm not the only one."
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't believe being touched makes you emasculated. I think not telling is a form of emasculation, because you can't control the actions of the people around you, but you can tell, and that's the manliest thing you could possibly do is your recourse.
I'm really happy to hear that you despite the the experience with having the unwanted touch and the guy touching your butt and the instructor just being completely unprofessional.
Yes.
But getting through it and sticking through it, because I know that was important to you to at least kind of bump up your resume a little bit.
Yes.
And maybe get a job where you don't have to deal with so many people.
Yes, that's what I'm after.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got fingerprinted, went to the DMV, passed everything. So now what? I mean, it sounds like you got like a ton done since I last saw you.
I've been applying to as many places as possible.
Okay. So you're like hire ready, like you got everything you need, and okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any good leads so far?
No, there's people who said they're interested. I got a couple of interviews, but that's not a guarantee.
And you just graduated, right?
Yeah.
So you
this is like 4 days. Yeah.
For a couple of days, so yeah. I'm sure you'll find one. It's a job that's in high demand for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like a national license. They gave me a new license. It's pretty cool. It's a I don't know. It's a new license. It's coming.
So I don't know if we talked about this before, but are you interested in doing like cross country?
Oh no,
you would stay.
No, wherever I go with this CDL, I'll probably be local.
Okay.
In state. I wasn't interested.
Okay.
The trucks for that are the big ones.
Okay.
And I didn't want to drive it, so I doubt the trucks that I chose to drive will ever cross state lines.
Okay.
But those are the big trucks. And
like the big semis.
Yeah. And I think there's more money. There's more money in the hazmat. Yep. It's enough. It's way more than any person needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Okay.
It's enough, and I get to go home nightly.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool.
What was it like sleeping in your car?
Oh, it was a good experience. I did it before, but that was the first time in this car. It was nice. It was cold. It was great. It was perfect. I had
The weather was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, I was a little worried when you told me you were going to stay in your car, but no like issues with, because I mean, people do that all the time at truck stops. No issues with anyone.
Yeah, the neighbor was not. There's a dude who was gay who was showing up exactly when I was showing up, waking up and I was waking up, uh, leaving when I left. It was annoying.
Nothing you could like.
Yeah, I just told him. And then, but the car itself, sleeping itself, the experience at the truck stop was it was a good experience. It was exactly what I seen on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Save some money that way too. You know.
Yeah. Very expensive.
Okay.
And then I should graduate from school in a couple of weeks from college, getting my associate's degree. I think that's gonna happen in 2 weeks. So that knock those credits out and graduate soon. Oh,
Can you? I'm sorry, let me interrupt.
Yeah.
Can you just remind me? Because I remember you texted me and said you learned that you were able to like transfer. You had the college credits to get your associates at Upper Iowa. That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
And that we talked a little bit about it, but I don't know if. Yeah, because I don't think I ever got confirmation that you were doing that. So and that was, I think, in early May.
Yes.
So that's all you had to do was just
I only had to take one class. Yeah.
Oh wow. What class was that?
It's a capstone. So I had enough credits to begin with to get my associate's degree, but you can't get your associate's degree without taking this one class.
Okay.
So I'm taking it. I should it should be done soon, in 2 weeks, and then they have a graduation in Louisiana at a military base that I kind of wanted to go to, but I haven't decided yet to ask. I'll probably do it after I almost went sometime.
When's the graduation?
November, December.
Okay. Yeah. And just as a reminder, you just got to check with that receiving state to see what their like policy is.
Yeah.
Like depending on how long you're in that state, they might want you to register.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have no problem with that.
Okay.
You are so close to being done. You're so close to being off paper. I think like next October?
Yes.
Let me get in there. Wow, yeah, I guess I didn't realize that you didn't have that much time left.
No.
For school. Let me just take a look here. Yep, next October.
Yep. So one more year.
Just over a year. Yeah, just over a year.
Yep. But yeah, so hopefully everything works out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just keep me updated on that and just let me know what, I mean, if you do decide to go to the graduation, just let me know what you find out from Louisiana. Or if you want like help trying to find that contact information, I can always reach out to the source specialist and get it.
Okay.
They tend to be, they tend to expedite the information the better than us having to call around to like different agencies and out of state.
Yeah.
Because every state is different. I mean, especially down south.
Yeah.
The way things work down south are just.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in, get out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stay too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Any other updates?
Nope. Same problems, same voices, same flashing images, same harassment, late night, stay up late, annoyances while you're trying to sleep. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. And yeah, same community harassment. So it's like every day there's a new scenario. There's a new like opportunity for altercation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's like these people stalk you to for altercations, when you should have opportunities to enjoy life everywhere you go, and or get stronger. So those are I don't know. I tweet a lot, so
Yeah.
the details are in those tweets. The YouTube videos tell a lot, so I try to explain myself as much as possible. But yeah, I've been trying. Well, not
You're
really.
not letting it stop you from reaching your goals either. I mean,
No.
you did a lot, like,
Yeah.
in like the last like 5 weeks since I saw you.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's all circumstantial. I mean, not circumstantial, but like it's like I didn't know. I'm sorry. The truck school idea that came across through the unemployment. So I collected unemployment. They offered it to me, and somehow I forgot how. And then the school was I seen a sign saying "Get your associate's degree," and I was thinking, well, why not make use of the credits?
Yeah.
So I guess they were using so they presented both of these. Whoever used either technology or people to show me two ideas that I could pursue, and I know I hate doing what they say, and I can recognize when I see advertisement on my phone that isn't
like you're being targeted.
Yes, or when someone leads me in a conversation to do something. I hate being led, and I hate the average. I hate being led, so I still did it. I still went to school to get my associate's degree because I wanted to be a college graduate, and I didn't know about just transfer. Well, not using what you had to get your degree.
Yeah.
And then the truck school thing that came up from they said we'll pay for it. So
I was going to ask if that's something that you had to pay out of pocket.
No, they pay for anybody whether you have
That's
a job. But yeah.
Very cool.
So paid for by the school of the Department of Workforce.
DWD.
Yeah.
I think I have to do a home visit. Let me see when I last one. If that's okay with you.
Yep.
It's been. I feel like it was in the winter when I was over there last. It's been a while. I better get a home visit in.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in January. So,
okay.
Yeah, I guess July will be like 6 months.
Okay.
And you keep me updated on the job search if you find something.
Okay.
Promising, and then day of the week.
Doesn't matter. I would have to. Oh, they said that probably yes, no day of the week, anytime before 3 p.m.
Sure.
Probably like an hour before 3.
Like a 2 o'clock.
More than that, because I think they might make me one job might I don't know anytime.
We can always reschedule. We can put some on the calendar and then. I could do. How about 11:30 on Thursday the 11th?
Sounds good.
All right. Do you want an appointment slip?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you were here early. I was supposed to have somebody get here at 9:30, but he didn't show up. So.
Oh.
Which happens quite a bit. All right, so that is the 11th of July, and that's a Thursday. Home, 11:30.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
And that's my calendar.
All right.
Does your air conditioner work? It's supposed to be in the 90s.
Yes. Yeah, it's
very hot.
Yeah, it works. I don't know why I wore a sweater today.
I just noticed that.
It's just pretty hot. I had clothes, take it off, put my shorts on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah,
not too bad this morning. So
no.
All right, I will see you next month.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. It's hot. Oh, remember, that's our purpose. Learning how to control the sun. That's humanity's purpose. Well, fusion. If we find a way to control energy, you can improve our every life on the planet with food and shelter. So that the space, the freedom and strength, we can be free people and be strong people. Um, that's our purpose. And that the strength I've taught about on Twitter and YouTube is the strength we'll need to travel throughout the universe. The control of energy, um, and the freedom. We'll bring freedom with us everywhere we go throughout the universe. So we learn how to control the sun, fusion. We can learn how to. We can use that energy to improve everything we do. And if we improve the way we get stronger, we can be stronger. We can actually be, in reality, strong people. It's called gravity. It's use gravity to make you stronger. Don't spread the weight out. Increase the weight in the same area. Get stronger. Use lots of energy to do it. And make the most of that energy by using it to travel through space, so that we can survive the journey. And we'll age slower as we travel. Well, we'll age at a slower rate than we would normally. I think that's my opinion. But yeah, lots of energy, lots of control of energy is the best way to move forward. And take implants out. We don't need them. We don't need implants. They just told me to say